So what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Dragon Master coming at you. Welcome back once again to the dark side of the Dragon's Den. So, let's see. Did a video a little while back, a couple days ago now. Actually, I think it's been about a week ago now. For my For Hire deck, this is my updated Galaxy deck, including the new support, some of which was released in the White Dragon's Abyss booster set that just recently came out. The rest will be released in Soul Fusion, which comes out at some point next month. I'm very excited for that. Can't wait for the rest of my new Galaxy and Photon support to drop. Going to try to keep this video short and sweet, so I'm going to cut the BS short. We're going to jump right on into it. So, I'm not going to go into detail about too many of these cards because you guys already know what they do. I'll probably just touch base on a few cards that are less commonly seen in the deck, as well as some of the newer cards as well. So, starting off, pretty standard for the deck, 3 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, followed up by 3 Galaxy Knight. Now, I know typically for this deck, people like to run 1 Galaxy Knight or maybe 2 Knight. Excuse me. I run 3. I am considering cutting it down to 2. But for the time being, it's working out very well for me with it at 3. Following that, 3 Braver. Braver, I love Braver because you reveal 1 Photon monster in your hand, and then you can special summon this card from your hand to the field. And if you do so, the level of this card becomes the same as the level of the Photon monster you used to special summon it. You can also target 1 Galaxy monster in the graveyard, and this monster gains the attack and defense points of the Galaxy monster. It is a once per turn card as far as its summoning condition goes. I like this card. It's an easier way for me to go into some of my rank 8 plays, especially some of my bigger rank 8 plays, which you guys are going to see me showcase here in the extra deck here very shortly. Again, another staple, 3 Galaxy Soldier. It's Soldier. What else can I say? You guys already know what this card does, especially those of you who are watching this video and run the Cyber deck. Yeah, fuck that up. Cyber Dragon decks. I also run 1 Wizard. Some people run 2, some 3. I run 1. There's already so much searching power in this deck anyway, and most of the searching is going to happen for Galaxy Eyes. So I felt, okay, I'll put this in, only run 1, and we'll be done with it. With that, 1 Cloud Dragon. What I love about this card is not only can it become Xyz material, or as I like to refer to it as an overlay unit, which is what they call it in fucking Zexal, for those of you who don't know. But not only can it become an overlay unit for any Galaxy Eyes Xyz monster, it's also a way to revive your fallen Galaxy Eyes monsters as well. And that goes for any of the Galaxy Eyes monsters. It can be Soul Flare, Photon Lord, Prime Photon Neo, Cypher Blade, Full Armor, any one of them. So I absolutely love it for that. Usually if I am reviving a monster with this card, it's typically my Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, unless I have a combo I'm wanting to pull off with one of the Xyz Galaxy Eyes, then I just leave it at that. 1 Galaxy Cleric. I know there's quite a few decks out there, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see an uprising in Galaxy deck profiles once all the support finally drops. But I know right now there's not a lot of decks out there running Cleric. I can understand why, because it eats up your normal summon. It doesn't seem like it's a proper card to run in the deck. What I absolutely love about this deck, and it's saved my ass more often than not, it recycles Galaxy cards from your extra deck. So maybe Soul Flares All your copies of Soulflare Dragon are in the graveyard. Sorry if I'm like slurring and all this other shit. I've been up since fucking, yeah, I've been up for about 24 hours now, so I'm tired. But it'll recycle 5 Galaxy and/or Photon cards of different names back into the deck as soon as it's normal summoned or special summoned. Plus, after that, you get to draw 2 cards. So, again, I really do like that effect. I like the fact that it'll allow me to recycle, you know, Soul Flare, maybe a couple of Xyz monsters, a couple of my Galaxy Eyes Xyz monsters. Let me rephrase that. And just overall, like I said, it's saved my ass more often than not. Plus, it's a level 4. It'll come in handy with playing um, other level or other rank 4 monsters that I run in the deck, such as Photon Blast Dragon, as well as some of the other cards that I run in the deck that are rank 4, and I'm sure you guys have seen them by now down there in the side deck. 2 Photon Orbital. Photon Orbital initially was the card that I know there's a lot of people out there who have a love-hate relationship with this card. Some people love to play it, other people not so much. I was definitely on the fence about this card, but then I started using it, and again, there's already so much searching power in this deck between Photon Blast, Galaxy Soldier, and even the one copy of Galaxy Wizard that I run, that I didn't think I'd need to run Photon Orbital. Matter of fact, there was a point where I was running this deck without any not Soldier, Wizard in it. But then I started running Orbital in the deck. It's actually helped me pull off some very interesting combos, some of which are combos my opponents, they think they know what monster I'm going into as far as the extra deck's concerned, but then I do a complete 180 on them and pull something out that's just completely out of left field. 1 Photon Thrasher. It's not a card that I want to see too much of. I know the standard Galaxy Photon decks ran, 2 or 3, along with 3 Photon Crusher. But for me personally, 1 Thrasher, that's all I need. And more often than not, anyway, I'm not even really needing him to go into some of my more interesting combos. We'll put it like that. 2 Vanisher. I was running 3. Cut it down to 2. It works for me a lot better than running 3. You can special summon it if you have a Photon or Galaxy monster on the field. It can't attack that turn, and it can only be summoned that way once per turn. The bright side, however, is that you can add 1 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your deck to your hand. I just read the other part of that effect, too. Wasn't aware of the part of the effect where it says an Xyz monster that was summoned using this card on the field as material gains this effect, banish any monster destroyed by a battle with this card. So I'll actually have to keep that in mind for next time. I wasn't really aware of that. Typically, I use it to go into Soul Flare or Photon Blast, shit like that. Another one, I was running 3 of this card as well, bumped it down to 2 Photon Advancer. You can special summon it if you have another Photon card on the field, which I'm not going to lie, can sometimes be a pain in the ass to do. Plus, it gains 1,000 attack points if there is another Photon monster on the field. I mean, like I said, more often than not, these are the 2 that I'm using to go into Photon Blast and shit like that. So, it's all up to preference. You want to run 3 of each, run 3 of each. You want to run 2 or 3 Thrasher, run 2 or 3. I run 1 Thrasher, 2 Vanisher, and 2 Advancer. Matter of fact, Vanisher, if I remember correctly, just came out in White Dragon's Abyss. So, yeah. 2 Expedition. I know the deck typically calls for 3. I run 2. It works out really well for me, as a matter of fact. I'm not going to go into the effect. You guys, most of these Galaxy cards have been around for years. You guys know what they do. 2 Photon Sanctuary. Again, I was running 2 of these. I bumped it down to 1 because more often than not, I don't really need it. Because I usually have enough. I'm trying to think of the best word here. I usually have enough material out to where I can bust out at least Soul Flare and then 1 Xyz, sometimes Soul Flare and a couple Xyz monsters. It all depends on how I run shit. 1 Accellite. I'm still questioning running this card because of the way it is. It stops the normal summon or setting of a monster during the turn it's activated. But it can also be a real lifesaver too, because basically I can play Accellite, summon Wizard, bump Wizard's effect up to 8, use Expedition, summon another level 8, go into a rank 8 play, shit like that. Do run 1 Photon Lead just in case I need that extra level 4 monster out, but I don't want to use up my normal summon so that I can get out Knight and go through all that shit. 1 Photon Stream of Destruction. I was running 2. Me personally, I think it's a crime not to run at least 1 copy of Photon Stream of Destruction in this deck, because first off, unlike the Burst Stream of Destruction card for Blue Eyes, this doesn't stop your Galaxy Eyes monster from attacking. Plus, instead of destroying the cards, it banishes the cards. So, I mean, what more can I say? It's a good way to out like Boral Sword Dragon, and several other problematic cards. Maybe you want to stop a Cyber Dragon Duelist from pulling out Infinity or something along that line. Set this your first turn. Have a Galaxy Eyes monster on the field. Flip that over. Boom, banish. It stops Infinity or stops whatever else you're wanting to do. Also, really good against Altergeist, Nullseek. You guys all know how I feel about that deck, especially if you've seen the video I did with my good friend Kraken X when we were at McDonald's preparing for the regional. Fucking hate that deck. I have a long list of decks I hate. Anyway, back onto the deck profile. 2 trade-in. Was running 3, bumped it down to 2. I've seen it be a lot more consistent since I have bumped it down to 2, especially since I run another very special spell card in this deck, which you guys are going to see here in just a couple seconds. Called by the Grave. Not going to go into it. You guys know what it does. Very problematic card, so Konami thought that's why they bumped it to 2. Reinforcement of the army, just in case I need to pull out a Vanisher or Advancer, or maybe even Thrasher for that matter. Monster Reborn and Soul Charge are the resurrection cards in the deck. I don't run Galaxy Zero, as you guys can see. I was, but I decided not to. There's more than enough resurrection power in this deck between Photon Blast Dragon's effect, Cloud Dragon, and then you throw in cards like Monster Reborn, Soul Charge, and even Cleric to help me recycle them back in. So Zero just, to me, wasn't worth running. And then to help with some of the more interesting consistency issues of the deck, Card Destruction. One of the cards I was so happy to hear Konami took off the ban list. I was running Morphing Jar for the longest time, but it was another thing of I saw it was actually clogging up the deck more often than not. And 9 times out of 10 it was either getting bumped back to my hand, into my deck, banished, or just straight up destroyed by card effect. So I said, fuck it, I'll use Card Destruction, even if they fucking Ash Blossom me. You know, at least I baited out Ash Blossom. 1 Photon Charge. Don't know what the ratios on this deck, on this card is going to be yet. Won't know till officially comes out, I believe, in Soul Fusion, if it hasn't already come out. I'm not sure what all the Photon cards were in White Dragon's Abyss. The Deep Grave, another resurrection card. Even though this card is a little slow, I like it in the sense that it can help me pull off some of my combos. Not even just pull off some of my combos. Maybe there's a card in my opponent's deck, or I'm sorry, graveyard, that I just want to get my hands on, telling you, no, fuck you, I'm going to use your own card against you. The Deep Grave. Self-explanatory after that. And then finally, for the trap cards in the main deck, I run 3 red Reboot. Excellent card to use against Altergeist, or really any trap-heavy deck, including any virus decks that might be running amok. I know they're not commonly seen, but I have seen them on the competitive scene. It stops a trap from activating when the opponent does try to activate a trap, sets it back face down. The only thing I don't like is it allows my opponent to set 1 trap card directly from their deck. But the payoff for it's actually very good, in my opinion, since they're not able to activate trap cards for the rest of the turn. The only other thing I don't like is the steep payoff for the card, in the sense that you have to pay half your life points. Which, after I've played Soul Charge, that's fine, but before I played Soul Charge, it's like, fuck! But, again, it's one of those things, it is what it is. Might bump it down to 2, so it's an even 40-card deck, but right now, I think it's fine at 3. Extra deck time, and I gotta wrap this up real quick. I want to keep this video under 20 fucking minutes for a change. Again, not going to go into detail with most of these. But Cypher Blade, Full Armor, Cypher, Neophoton, strictly because, 1, it's stock 4,500 plus if I can summon it out with Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon as an overlay unit. It negates the effects of all other face-up cards on the field at that time, which can really save your ass. Trust me, I know. Prime Photon Dragon, the OTK card in the side deck, or I'm sorry, the extra deck itself. And I only pull it out when I know for certain I can OTK my opponent. Surely because of the effect of this card. Photon Lord, again, search power, bring out 1 Galaxy, I believe it's 1 Galaxy or Photon card. Is it just Photon card? Okay, it's Galaxy card, sorry. Plus monster negation, so again, excellent card to use against fucking Mulesy. Photon Blast Dragon, Nova, Infinity, for the most part, a pretty staple lineup for the Galaxy deck as far as I'm concerned. 2 Soul Flare Dragon, thought about running 3. I don't really go into 3, I go into 2, so I said fuck it. I'll replace third one with Hippo Shinigami, or whatever the fuck, however the fuck you say that. I call it fucking Hyperstar. It's what it should have been to begin with. Summon Sorceress, just in case. Boral Sword, why else? Because of its effect. Saryuja, Consistency. Don't really go into these 3 very often. Extra, or side deck wise, that's all I have for the side deck right now. 1 Imperial Order, just in case my opponent's running a very spell card heavy deck and I want to have an easy out to the spell cards. It's kind of got flipped around, but Utopia Ray, Utopia Lightning, and Utopia, self-explanatory. I love pulling out these 3 cards because nobody really expects to see the next 2 I'm going to show you after this one. But number 23, Lancelot, good effect. Don't use it for its effect. I use it to summon into 84 and then 77 as well. Again, cards that aren't very commonly seen in very many decks, especially a Galaxy deck. And really a card that you don't expect to see come out of a Galaxy deck either. Very hard card to get over. And yeah. Self-explanatory after that. And then, of course, Boral Load, again, self-explanatory. So I'm not going to keep you guys much longer. This is going on a 20-minute video. So that's it for the deck profile, guys. As always, leave Your opinion about the deck profile down below in the comment section. Hit that notification bell if you want to be kept up to speed with all of my latest and greatest videos. And of course, like and subscribe to the channel. I have a few other decks I'm going to be doing profiles on in the future, such as my recent Blue Eyes. Still got to test that out. Cyber Dragon, my Demise Virus, my Demise deck. I'm going to take that one out. That one, just no. And then, of course, my I call it the Lair of the Dino Virus, but it's the Lair of Darkness dinosaur build. Like I said, those are all in future videos. And until next time, guys, I will catch you later. Peace!
Nightmare walking, psychopath talking, king of the jungle, just a vampire stalking.